cours des dernières décennies, la prise de conscience de la durabilité par les individus du monde entier n'a cessé d'augmenter. Avec le changement climatique, la pollution, mais aussi les conditions de travail, le comportement des consommateurs a évolué. De plus en plus sensible à l'origine des produits, le consommateur d'aujourd'hui souhaite consommer mieux et de manière durable. Avec l'évolution des moyens de communication et d'Internet, le consommateur peut désormais obtenir des informations et des chiffres autrefois cachés par les marques. On parle alors de traçabilité. Tracer, c'est enregistrer, stocker et transférer des informations sur le parcours suivi par le produit, de sa production et même de sa conception à sa consommation et ce qui s'y passe. Retracer le cheminement d'une denrée alimentaire en allant de sa production à la distribution auprès du consommateur final, c'est ce que permet aujourd'hui la traçabilité. Mais aujourd'hui, il y a une technologie de stockage autonome et cryptée permettant de tracer des données de manière sécurisée, la blockchain. C'est plus précisément le côté continu de la blockchain qui intéresse les partisans d'une meilleure traçabilité des produits alimentaires. La technologie permet en effet de connaître avec précision toutes les étapes par lesquelles passe une denrée avant d'arriver dans notre assiette. Dans d'autres secteurs, comme la mode, les impacts environnementaux sont tels que des marques tentent de réduire leur impact sur le monde et changent leur façon de communiquer et d'interagir avec leurs clients. Non seulement pour attirer ces nouveaux consommateurs respectueux de l'environnement, mais surtout pour améliorer leur image. Deux enjeux auxquels va répondre la traçabilité des données. Nous allons donc aborder la traçabilité à travers une explication de ce qu'est la technologie blockchain par des experts, de ce qu'elle évoque dans l'industrie alimentaire et dans celle du textile, et de la manière dont elle est utilisée dans de grands groupes comme Leclerc.
We no longer just work with the people in our immediate community. We require ourselves to work with people in various parts of the world that we may never meet in person. That's one of the things the internet gave us. In order to affect trade effectively or to trust data effectively, we need a system where we know that there isn't one hand modifying it. How can then you choose to provide your data, and then when your data is used, being able to be compensated for it? You know, profit and safety go in hand, because if you allow something bad to make your customers sick, that will hurt your bottom line. Versus what we're trying to do is to create an environment where the farmer aspires to do the best that he can, and then you start having qualities. But we're creating something which is more, to me, like accessible to everyone, rather than something which is trying to keep people in the box.
Selon Geneviève Leveille, Internet permet de ne plus avoir de barrières pour pouvoir tous communiquer ensemble. Toutefois, le nombre d'informations retenues des clients peut devenir dangereux. C'est pour cela que nous avons besoin d'un modérateur pour traiter les données à bon escient. La blockchain pourrait être la solution. C'est pour cela que nos experts vont nous la définir, en commençant par Kojla Van Orsen de chez Oracle et Geneviève Leveille.
It's a technology that can be used within the enterprise, but you have to know that it's a technology that forms part of a larger ecosystem in the landscape of any enterprise. Blockchain in particular is often used between enterprises where there's a lack of trust between data integration.
It's a different type of databases which using cryptography and also the ability to write data in many different places create better assurance of events having happened the way they're supposed to. So we already have digital identity and signatures, so the X509. which provides the cryptography. So now using cryptography and databases, the database concept of distributed. So distributed database exists already, but encrypted distributed databases were not there.
That fact will help to generate trust between the two companies, and they can be sure that the information is not tampered with at any time. So you have two companies with more than one actors within the blockchain who can add data to the blockchain but cannot ever change it. It's worldwide already a lot used in transactions between, so buying goods, shipping goods, and to be sure that every good that is shipped is accounted for and cannot ever be changed on the level of the transaction, the original transaction, by any of the participating. What can be added as an interesting fact around blockchain, that it can also automate a business process. So you can put rules around the data that is exchanged between the different participating enterprises.
Les récents événements sur le retrait des produits nous sensibilisent sur le fait que si on arrive à créer une base de données dans laquelle on a toutes les informations, qu'elles sont fiables, c'est pas simplement une information qui nous arrive par bribes, mais qui va rassembler, par exemple, si on prend un produit, sa date de fabrication, le lot, l'ensemble des composants du produit, donc toutes les informations qui sont intégrées dans le produit. Si cette information est fiable, et elle l'est assez peu aujourd'hui quand elle ne vient pas d'une certification blockchain, évidemment c'est un atout énorme quand on doit prendre une décision pour sauvegarder la santé publique par exemple.
Where now we have a much more trusted mechanism. Doesn't mean that bad data doesn't still become bad data, but you then know that bad data, and also when is bad? Bad is when you discover that it has no value, or you discover that it wasn't true. It is perceived to be true at the time that you're looking at it. What happens is that you're removing the ability for somebody to go in the back end and change or erase or remove data.
Il y a un petit sujet de communication aussi. Il est parfois de bon ton de dire je fais des choses sur la blockchain, je suis donc digitalisé, je suis dans la mode de ce qui se fait, etc.
With Acculedger, what we're doing is we're creating the ability for all the participants in the supply chain to be able to ascertain all the events that have happened, and those can be from a simple transfer of the goods from one to the other to where the quality, and also being able to start doing certification across. This enables for better processing, and also starts also creating the ability to create transparency in costs, to then understand where the blockers are. And finally, it allows for a fairer share to be paid to everyone participating in the ecosystem.
The use of blockchain in other industries like food and beverage, fashion, and even production can help these enterprises work more closely with their partners. It will make it easier to manage the whole flow of physical elements within that interaction. Because not only the data, but maybe stock levels can be much lower because we have now trusted information. You can just trust what you see. I think it takes about 600 years to crack any of the information pieces, automatic trust in what they see. So that will lead to potentially to cost reduction within the whole of the process. Yeah. Well, we have had in the past enterprise data integration of all sorts, and the advantage of blockchain that it's cloud-based, so it's a modern solution, it can be put in place rather quickly. So if the partners agree on the idea of working together and exchanging data together, there's no need to put in place servers or complex skill set that people need, because Oracle has put on top of the Hyperledger blockchain a lot of functionality that helps to administer the blockchain, because the blockchain itself is only around data. You can compare it like with some sort of smart database, cryptographic database, but you have to put data in it. So the blockchain itself does not really do anything. It's like a big bucket of information. You have to make it valuable by offering channels of access to it.
La data est un outil qui doit être alimenté par plusieurs éléments pour marcher. Seule, elle est obsolète. C'est pour cela que l'écosystème est très important. Nous allons aborder le travail d'équipe pour faire marcher le système de la blockchain.
The blockchain itself is only a part of a larger whole, of a part of the value chain of an enterprise. So you can't see it like if you have a blockchain, it doesn't serve anything.
Carrefour and Walmart are doing it because they want to understand who are their suppliers and basically be able to understand where something came from very quickly. I can give them the same thing, but they're each doing it for their own environment only, and there is a risk there that they can also use that data to punish or dismediate a farmer.
Yeah.
What we're doing with my solution is we're allowing for the use of sort of what you would call the Dutch reverse market. So you will never know exactly what is the total. So you and I would not know a particular farmer what their output is. The same way right now we can tell in a region what the expected output is, but we don't know what an individual's output is. And that also allows for someone to buy the goods at market rather than try and corner the market. So remember, this became an issue in cocoa a few years back. In the 80s, one person started buying all the futures. So futures can be good, but they are bad when it comes to agriculture, because it can then corner the market and then start creating issues with distribution. So going back to Carrefour and Walmart, obviously, I think it's great that they are doing some work, because that means that there is validity in the work that we're trying to do. But then it is like creating an internet versus an intranet. They're creating it for their own purposes. It isn't like they're creating something which both Carrefour, any store in France could use, and it's not a consortium, which then defeats the purpose of the blockchain. Is it really, it's many to one.
Technologie blockchain qui nous permet de l'opérer. Et d'ailleurs, quand vous prenez juste un peu de recul, on peut dire c'est la solution. En réalité, Carrefour qui investit, qui communique, fait un produit, la purée mousseline. Donc c'est pas l'intégralité de la traçabilité des produits.
Technology for the sake of technology. So that goes for blockchain as well. If you can just write it down, information, well, you can write it down. You don't even have to use computer or IT technology. So using blockchain can only be used if there's a positive ROI, so return on investment. Oracle Consulting has several ways of working with clients. Do not always recommend blockchain. We can also use autonomous database or even solutions that hold data. So you have to make a distinction where blockchain can add value or not.
Des outils qui nous permettent de concentrer l'information. Simplement, elle est, en fait, on constate qu'il y a des failles de fiabilité dans l'ensemble de la chaîne. Voire même, une intégration partielle de l'information. Par exemple, on peut avoir une information très complète sur tout un produit. On aura notamment l'information à l'EAN du produit, donc à son référencement, mais pas au numéro de lot. Or souvent, les problèmes de fabrication, sont au numéro de lot. On n'a pas forcément cette information. Donc, souvent, ce qui est un peu un frein dans l'évolution, l'adoption de nouvelles technologies, c'est qu'il faut déjà faire vivre un système et le faire évoluer avant d'ensuite pouvoir adopter quelque chose de radicalement différent.
Our data is being used against us in the sense that it's creating mechanisms for which we don't benefit from our data. So this is the fundamental change that you're going to see, that people are going to have to adjust, or they're going to stop existing. So if the demand, so any airline who couldn't get themselves to where they could be, people could book electronically, stopped existing or got bought out. The data is an open secret, basically. What it is that the private and the public key, so that's why I started with the digital signature. Digital signature is, from a technical standpoint, is a private key and a public key. Now you take that and put it on an asset, you have blockchain, which is data which is governed by a public and a private key. Most of the public databases, like now such as the Bitcoin blockchain, Ethereum, rely on the public infrastructure, which means that any data that is written is open, so you can see transactions. Now, the security against those is that no one can go in and erase something that has happened. But security, is it that is security really based on the need to know? So this is where things are starting to change. So you don't want to, that's why corporates or government and corporates have not been keen on the public blockchain, because you don't want everything to be public.
Yeah.
You want certain information to be public. You want to be certain information to be anonymized, because you need to protect the person who is behind it.
Il faut regarder des choses toujours avec beaucoup de curiosité, et c'est ce que Leclerc fait toujours, je pense que c'est ce qu'on doit faire d'ailleurs. Peut-être un peu plus que ce qu'on fait jusqu'à maintenant, par peur de la complexité et manque de connaissance du sujet. Après, il faut aussi raison garder dans ces choses. Le monde, il ne fonctionne pas uniquement autour de cela. Il y a énormément de technologies et de choses qui sont prioritaires. On peut faire beaucoup de choses aussi avec l'intelligence artificielle, pas qu'avec la blockchain. Donc voilà, soyons circonspects, mais en même temps ouverts dans toute chose.
We work with different partners within the organization, because it's not always clear which is critical information and which information which has to be secured using.